It means saying why she always has the dreams that she always losing her money first.
I'm going to have to help translate this into Chinese, so I'll just speak in sections and then you translate it. แปลเป็นจีนด้วย Luang says the important things, what we call dreams, are nimitters, like signs, but they come when our mindfulness is very weak in dream states. So for that reason, we can't just treat them as the truth or reality.
啲夢啊，因為我哋有夢係因為我哋個精神唔得集中，所以多數都係喺我哋精神集中嘅時候先嚟。呢啲夢我哋唔可以因為佢係呢個時候嚟，我哋唔可以信佢係真嘅。佢係只不過係一個形象俾你哋睇嘅，俾我哋睇嘅。
When we have a dream, it's a bit like having a raft floating on the ocean, and with no sail, that raft can just be blown around by the winds in any direction. It just depends which way the wind is blowing. A dream is like that because we have no mindfulness.
因為我哋精神唔得集中，我哋嘅夢就好似一隻船喺大海度吹邊邊風咩吹邊邊就去邊邊，我哋冇得控制就係。
It's not the same as our normal thinking where we can be aware of our intention and we can steer it in different directions, like that raft, giving that raft a sail, and you can direct it across the ocean.
佢唔同我哋平時，我哋有對我哋嘅精神有控制，可以好似隻船有個帆，我哋就可以吹佢控制佢吹去邊邊都得。
Nevertheless, dreams sometimes have a role, they have some meaning, some significance, because they come from our mind and they might be influenced by different parts of our life, so they sometimes have significance.
但雖然係咁樣講，但係有陣時夢都係會有啲解釋，因為係同我哋嘅生活習慣有關係。
The Buddha said there are 4 main ways that we have significant dreams. One is like a premonition or a warning of a future event.
Buddha 話佛祖話我哋有四種夢啦。第一種就係好似一個警告我哋有啲危險咁樣啊。
Secondly, through our own worries, concerns in our mind, it can lead on to proliferation as a dream.
第二個就因為我哋譬如有啲嘢擔心，咁又可以令到我哋有夢。
Thirdly, from the elements of the body, meaning from illness and the disease, discomfort of the elements, from food, from illness, from temperature, these things can all affect the mind and lead on to dreams.
第三就係在身體譬如有啲疾病啊，或者有食咗啲特別啲嘅嘢唔同身體唔得身體唔習慣啊，咁亦都可以會令到我哋有夢。
Lastly, they say from somebody who has special powers, say through their meditation, they can affect other people to have dreams, significant dreams.
第四種就係譬如有啲人打坐打到得好好嘅，佢哋有可以有啲夢。
What we have to remember is dreams are sankhara, meaning they're mental formations, mental creations or imagination. We always have to remember that.
夢記住一樣嘢就係夢只不過係一個腦海裏面嘅形象印象嚟嘅，就係個腦裏面諗出嚟想出嚟嘅嘢嚟嘅啫。
That's not the same, as I said, about as normal thinking where we're awake. And the Buddha said the place of practice is with our normal mind state of awakened thinking, where we can be aware of our intention.
重要嘅係夢，我哋唔能夠控制，我哋要做嘅嘢就係喺我哋平時而家我哋能夠控制嘅夢，我哋知道我哋想做啲乜嘢，知道我哋要做啲咩嘢，我哋就係喺個時候學打坐，學呢啲就係呢個時候做。
When we practice mindfulness, we can be aware of our intention, and this is much more reliable than a dream.
我哋學打坐嘅時候，我哋若能夠而家可以控制我哋嘅腦想緊咩嘢，係比可以實際可以相信多過我哋嘅夢。
The Buddha said we should know our intention to know those intentions which are beneficial, helpful, will lead to good results.
我哋要知道我哋腦想做啲乜嘢嘢係 good， 係要決定做嗰啲嘢係好嘅嘢定壞嘅嘢，知道好嘅嘢就會有好嘅結果。
And those intentions which are harmful lead to danger, problems, suffering.
壞嘅想嘅嘢就會有壞嘅結果，就會有受更多嘅苦。
We have to know our intention because intention is what leads on to action in our life. So we have to know whether our intention is good or bad.
我哋要知道我哋腦海想要做嘅嘢，因為呢腦海想要做嘅嘢就會決定我哋究竟係做好嘅定係做壞嘅。
The reason the Buddha said we should focus on our intention is because it's the basis of all our actions in life, and we can be sure, we can be confident in the results of our actions. It's easy to see what the results are, so we can believe and be confident in that.
佛祖話我哋要知道我哋嘅腦想要決定要做啲咩嘢，因為我哋決定做咩，我哋知道會知道結果，知道會得到啲乜嘢嘢，係可以肯定可以相信嘅。
Every intention arising in the mind is karma. It affects the mind, and then if it goes on to speech, it's karma. If it goes on to body, that's karma as well.
每一個腦海想嘅嘢出嚟都係一個因，係講嘅。如果係講嘅係又係一個因，做嘅係一個因。
If we have unwholesome intention arise in our mind, this is mental karma. But if we don't act on it with speech or actions, then it will end just there. It will be what we call ahosi karma. It just ends, doesn't lead to danger.
如果我哋腦有諗嘅會有壞嘅想法，我哋如果冇知道有呢個壞嘅想法，但係冇做到出嚟，佢就喺嗰度就停㗎啦，就唔會繼續佢話做出去。如果我哋有行動或者有講到出嚟，就會有個果。但係如果佢冇停咗喺度，嗰陣時就係停喺嗰處。
But if we let our mental karma go on to produce speech or actions, this will lead a result. It won't end. It will lead to a result, and it will be a result of suffering or danger for us.
如果我哋繼續做落去嘅話，只要有呢個壞嘅想法繼續做落去嘅話，講出嚟或者做出嚟就會有一個果㗎啦，一定會有一個果。
So we must be firm in keeping our intention wholesome and pure to raise the level of our mind.
我哋所以 重要嘅就係我哋一定要知道自己想嘅嘢咩嘢，一定要一定要有好嘅想法嘅，同埋一定清純啦、清嘅想法啦。
We must develop strong belief that good actions lead to good results, bad actions, bad results.
我哋一定要建立一個好肯定嘅想法，就係做好嘅有好嘅結果，做壞嘅有壞嘅結果。
One who has belief in this, in the law of karma, for instance, they will believe in the goodness or the virtue of parents.
如果我哋係信因果嘅
One who believes in the law of karma, they will naturally believe in the goodness of their parents.
我哋如果信因果嘅，我哋就自然就會相信父母對我哋嘅恩德。
They will recognize the goodness of their parents.
佢哋就會睇到父母對我哋做咗咁多好處。
Because parents, in looking after us when we are born and when we grow up, they're making very good karma, and so if we believe in karma, we will recognize and see that they've done good karma, made good karma.
如果我哋信因果嘅，我哋就一定睇到父母對我哋嘅做咗幾多長大我哋、湊大我哋、教我哋做好多呢啲，全部都係好大嘅功德。
Our parents sacrifice everything for us. They support us, feed us, educate us.
我哋嘅父母由細養大我哋，教我哋讀書，俾我哋食嘢。
They are our first teachers before anyone else.
佢哋係我哋嘅第一個老師，之前冇一個老師嚟，係佢哋第一個。
When we see the importance of our parents' goodness, then we will naturally seek to repay that debt.
當我哋知道佢哋父母對我哋嘅恩德，我哋就自然會去想辦法報呢個恩德。
Because we will get a sense of gratitude because they gave all of this to us without asking anything in return. So we develop gratitude.
我哋就會建立呢個感激對父母嘅感激，因為佢哋對我哋做咗咁多嘅事。
So wholesome karma, good karma, comes from pure intention, and its result will not be for the harm of others.
好嘅因就係會
comes from good intention and will not lead to harming others.
好嘅因係因為我哋有好嘅想法，係就唔會去害到其他人。
The results of good karma always gives us a mind free from worry and agitation.
好嘅因，我哋有好嘅想法，我哋就會時時都覺得個心好輕鬆，唔會話好多嘢隔住好多嘢，令自己唔舒服。
Good karma brings us feelings of happiness.
好嘅因果會令我哋開心。
Brings us a mind free of suffering.
令到我哋個腦唔會有好多嘢隔住我哋好多個腦好多嘢想辛苦嘅嘢。
Makes our mind pure like clean water without any dirt or dust in.
令到我哋嘅腦海好似好清潔，好似水咁好清，睇到底冇污糟。
So, because our actions and our speech come from our mind, our intention, the Buddha said, develop faith in karma and this will help you to keep your intentions good.
因為我哋知道呢個因果嘅關係，所以佛祖就叫我哋要培養我哋呢個知道好嘅因，好嘅因又好嘅果，就我哋就會有呢個腦裏面時時都會想啲好嘅嘢。
When we do good, it brings good results. When we do bad, it brings bad results.
當我哋做好事就有好結果，做壞嘅事就有壞嘅結果。
You can compare when you build a house like this. If you build it well, it protects you from the weather, the insects and other things.
我哋可以俾個比喻就係，好似我哋起一間屋，如果起得間好嘅話，個屋就會擋住啲蟲啊、蟻啊嗰啲入嚟。
If you build your house well, then inside you'll feel comfortable and happy.
如果呢間屋起得好，喺入邊我哋就會覺得好開心，覺得好愉快。
If we train our minds well, we will feel comfortable and happy in the same way. 如果我哋訓練我哋嘅打造我哋嘅腦海嘅培養，我哋裏面亦都一樣覺得一樣會快樂愉快。 This is why we should develop confidence, faith in karma.
呢個就係原因，我哋要相信，一定要培養我哋呢個相信嘅因果呢樣嘢。
When we're practicing Dhamma, we still have to recognize that if we're still not yet fully wise, enlightened, we might still make mistakes.
我哋修行學佛祖嘅經，學佛祖講嘅嘢，我哋要知道，我哋未修得好嘅時候，我哋都一樣會未得到呢個智慧，未得到呢個修道。我哋都會一路有做錯嘢。
So we have to learn how to re-establish our minds when we recognize we've made a mistake, have a fault somewhere. We are determined to re-establish our minds in a good way, in a correct way.
我哋知道咗當我哋知道咗做錯咗嘢嘅時候，我哋就要學點樣設法去改正我哋腦裏面想嘅嘢，去行翻正嘅路。
We have to practice without attaching to these past mistakes.
我哋要學呢個，我哋要修行，我哋唔可以諗翻，成日諗住舊時發生咗嘅嘢，以往做錯咗嘅事。
We have to acknowledge them and then let them go.
我哋只要知道佢做錯咗，我哋然之後就放開佢，唔好再想佢哋。
And for the future still hasn't arrived yet. It hasn't happened, so we shouldn't worry about it.
將來亦都未發生，我哋都唔知道會發生咩事，所以我哋都唔需要擔心，或者將來擔心。
Try to keep your mind in the present moment.
我哋要做嘅嘢就係要在腦海知道現在發生嘅事。
And keep observing and adjusting to see if there's anything wrong. Observing to see if there's anything wrong and then adjusting.
我哋要做嘅就係知道腦海而家想緊啲嘢，睇到係好嘅定壞嘅，然之後係要改正佢。
We have to know how to be able to ask forgiveness in our minds from other people.
我哋要知道點樣去認錯，去問去ask forgiveness，原諒點樣去做原諒，喺個腦海裏面點樣做。
And develop the wish or the aspiration to end any bad karma with other people.
然之後我哋要喺腦海要決定點樣去割斷呢個壞嘅因果同其他人嘅壞嘅因果。
So that we can start afresh and be peaceful.
咁我哋就可以由頭重新開始過，然之後個心安樂咯。
In this way, our life will be smoother, and on the outside, we will progress and flourish.
咁我哋嘅生活就比較容易到過，同埋
progress, flourish. We will become wealthy, successful on the outside, externally.
我哋嘅生活就會比較富裕，比較安樂。
This peace, smoothness, and wealth that comes, it comes from the practice of jhaka, which means giving up.
呢個富貴係因為我哋能夠呢個係放棄我哋放棄先至有力啊。
There's the giving up of attachment on the material level. We practice dana, so we let go of our sense of self, which forms around material things.
我哋能夠放棄我哋有嘅嘢，我哋嘅物質上有嘢，就好似頭先我哋俾食物啊，俾呢個放棄我哋物質上嘅擁有嘅嘢。
On the mental level, we practice abhaya dana, the giving of forgiveness and the giving of safety to other people.
喺腦海修行裏面，我哋叫學點樣原諒，同埋點樣放開自己掛住要有嘅嘢。
We give up our anger and we give up the wish to harm other people.
我哋放開我哋嬲嘅嘢，同埋我哋放開我哋要害人嘅嘢。
This we call paramatta dana, or the highest giving.
呢個係最高嘅供養。
The more we do this, then the more peace we have.
我哋越做得多，我哋就越覺得開心，越覺得快樂。
We can live without suspicion.
我哋唔會驚住擔心人哋搶嘢，人哋咩做啲咩俾我哋。
And live without fear of others.
我哋唔會驚咗人哋要搶我哋嘅嘢。
Everywhere we go, we will feel happy.
我哋去邊度，我哋都要開心。
And have no confusion in our mind.
我哋腦海亦都唔會亂晒嘅龍。
The Buddha said, maybe you can't remember this, Nati Santi Paramang Sukhang, which means the highest happiness comes from a peaceful mind.
佛祖話
The highest happiness comes from a peaceful mind.
最高嘅開心就係個腦比較平靜，你就會得到最高嘅快樂。
So we should aim to develop this higher happiness in our practice.
所以我哋修行就係要學點樣學呢個能夠達到呢個腦海裏面嘅快樂。
This is what makes us truly human.
呢個就係令我哋真係做人，就係咁樣做人。
Different from animals and beings in lower realms.
唔同動物啊，同埋其他啲鬼魂啊嗰啲，會喺低層啲嘅。
That's enough for today. There was one question about the China. The one who had a question about get some money from China. What was the question?
I forgot the questions. 記得我嫲講一兩個，佢就係喺中國，佢就係咁退休人士，咁咧佢有政府嘅退休金，但係政府退休金咧就唔可以喺中國離開中國運嚟呢度係犯法嘅。但係佢嚟呢度咧，佢係冇政府，佢唔可以攞政府錢啦，佢一定要喺政府中國啲錢揾過嚟就係犯法咯。咁佢應該係點樣做咧？佢依家係知道唔可以信咗佛之後唔可以犯法嘛，咁佢又要攞錢，咁應該係最好方法點樣解決咧？就冇個錢人，冇個錢人，佢要交租咪係咯，好多。
I think she comes from China, and she has got superannuation in China, but she can't.
Legally, she can't bring it in.
She can't bring the money in.
But illegally, she can.
Illegally, she can. But now that she is practicing, and she need to live a life over here. And what's the best way of?
He says there's nothing wrong with living here, receiving this money, because in terms of morality, it's correct that she receives the money because she's worked for the government and lived there, and that's what she's entitled to. It might not be quite in line with the current laws of China to sort of find an indirect way of bringing the money here, but it's not making bad karma, it's not against Buddhism or the Buddhist teachings, because she's entitled to that money.
喺佛學講國語嘅，唔講。喺佛學裏面，係你如果你喺中國有錢，你係可以攞佢用，因為你喺中國裏面做咗工，呢啲係你應該收得嘅錢嚟嘅。你係應該可以攞翻嚟用。如果你係有方法可以攞到佢過嚟嘅話，係你係冇話做壞事，冇話做咩嘢，你係應該可以攞佢過嚟嘅。
因為你已經做過了嘛，你已經報銷過了你的國家，那麼這個工錢是應該得到的，應該是你給他的東西，這跟佛教是沒有衝突的，沒有衝突。就是說，從國家那個方面呢，他就說他沒有答應叫你把錢拿出來，就是然後就說，也許呢，這個錢跟現在中國的佛法呢是有點衝突，可是呢跟佛教呢是沒有衝突的，因為你已經做了你應盡的本分，所以你是應該得到的，沒有錯。
Okay. You can bring your gifts now because we'll be going.
Jim, can I ask one question? I'm just curious that why most of the stories I hear from people when they see ghost stories, normally is at night time, not the daytime. Is it because the mindfulness of people are weaker at the time, and that's the time being will approach people? And why the same place, some people can see the beings, some cannot see the beings?
These experiences come from what we call sambhavesi, which means beings that are caught in between. They haven't yet received a good birth, so they're in a state of suffering, confusion, and it must be in the case that there is some connection between the one who sees or experiences them and those beings. There must be some kind of connection. So in Buddhism, the way to practice with this is to do acts of goodness and dedicate the merit to those beings, and that will lead to that experience, the experience of seeing them, and particularly the states of woe, suffering that they're experiencing will disappear from that.
Why usually the times that you see the beings is at night time? Is it to do with the mindfulness?
Yes, these beings will tend to be manifest in the times of darkness. But when we say we see them, people experience ghosts or different beings. It's not that they see them with full clarity. It tends to be with a state of mind that is not completely clear. It will be a brief sighting and not a full, clear vision of them. It will be just a passing sense of them sometimes. It won't be a completely obvious image or whatever. And it might lead to fear or, hair stand on end, different experiences of the mind as when one sees these things.